reasoning behind this is that, there's two types of sort of hunters. There's hunters that, have good camping and good chasing, and whether that's the type of player, the type of character. Ling, in this case, is a hunter that's good at camping with that axe way. We saw that be very effective. Some good kites from PTA in the last round, but his camping really able to win those games. And Mercenary is that type of character that's very good for those rescues. Now we do see immediate find on the Psychologist. The Purple Flame already picked up as well. So Ling in a pretty good position. This is not a bad character to find. Able to dodge that first flame though. Let's see if the Psychologist can make it to this pallet. And no, they're actually forced to transition in the open here. And Ling could potentially get his first hit. No. Oh, I think it did register though.
Yeah, he did take the hit right here. Psychologist took the hit. And I want to highlight this real quick. We see that the characters actually switched. For example, Seer is now going to Schmitty, which was before to Milek. I just want you guys to pay attention to which survivor is playing what character. But again, you already have one hit on the Psychologist right now. So concentrating on that survivor, definitely a good idea, because the Psychologist now being the easiest target for the X-Boy. Already took another hit as well.
Yeah, beautiful flame snipe from Ling there. Psychologist now at one hit. They were not able to utilize the owl. And the owl was actually on cooldown. Schmitty stopped observing, which means now he can just blink for free and get the down with no usage of the owl, because that observing time did run out. If you see, it's already on cooldown. So we're going to see a quick down for Ling here. Cypher progress only around 50%. And for a character that can take 3 hits, this is quite fast. So Ling put himself in a strong position. You're able to now pressure this middle Cypher where you see that Seer, I'd imagine. And we'll see if they opt to go for a rescue here. I'd imagine it's not the Entomologist, most likely the forward, who does not have that Wanderer. Yeah, we see forward coming in for this rescue. You got to dodge this flame. You got to be careful. But again, the survivors still have that owl to work with to potentially help rescue if necessary.
Ooh, nice. Immediately put a lot of pressure on B4U. Kit Kat. Cat's just coming in, rescuing, good job. Now we just have to see Ling concentrating on that Psychologist. Wow, the owl is coming in, not even in need right here of that owl, but still we have Ling concentrating on this one survivor, because you just want to get your first survivor. Oh! That timing! Really timed the seconds of the owl, utilized the fire, and immediately brought down the Psychologist right here. Literally not wasting a single second.
Absolutely not. 2 flame hits already from Ling. You typically want to be able to try to dodge those flames, force the basics, but Ling on point with these flames. Very difficult for B4U to be able to dodge. We do see the Entomologist coming in for the save here. Let's see if Ling goes for the same sort of strategy he went last time. Hit the bees down. There's no option for the bees to block the flames. That's what he was able to do in the last round. We do see Problems really committing to this rescue. We're going to see a basic hit. Excellent job from Problems drawing that hit. It's very important. Let's see if he can avoid this double hit. Still does get hit, unfortunately, and that double hit is now in effect. Let's see if he can down Milek. For this 20 seconds of tide turner is up, so you don't lose any quitting progress. Going to drop both of these pallets, but he does have 2 purple flames on him yet again, making this kite a lot more challenging.
Fantastic job from Ling, really setting the priorities right here and going for the first survivor, also bringing down that Entomologist. And as soon as Milek is down, he will get out of the game as soon as he's in the chair. At least we could have a potential rescue from the fort, but I don't think that he is anywhere near to be found. And yeah, that is the first survivor out of the game. And now 2 Cypher machines remaining, 1 at over halfway. That's gonna put B4U actually in a quite difficult situation right here.
Yeah, just because of that simple double hit on the Entomologist, now they're forced to waste their self-heal, and they were not able to decode in that time, so Cypher Rush progress is lost. We do see him transitioning targets to the Seer. This is a pretty good find, simply because Ling still has Blink, and if you're able to injure every one of those survivors, you put them in a very difficult situation where they're not really able to rescue. Now let's see if Ling pops the Blink here, instead just gonna take his time, break this pallet. And let's see how Schmitty's able to kite here with this purple flame yet again. The survivors focusing on Cyphers, not opting to heal, really trying to rush this down. Problems just now getting through Cypher at 0%, and they still need another one to go here after Cats pops this. Let's see if he's able to hit this flame. This is a bit of a tough situation. Beautiful flame dodge from Schmitty here, but he still is going to most likely pull this hit. And Ling still has his trait available, whether he wants to teleport or blink here. He may just go for Entomologist, which is exactly what he does, and only a little bit of bees left. This is going to be a very challenging type of Problems.
Wow, that is definitely a challenging kite, but still, we have to say that there's one Cypher machine remaining. B4U really pushing hard to get these Cypher machines done after losing the Psychologist quite early in the match. We have the Entomologist down right here, and we can see Ling really concentrating on putting pressure and even preventing Cats from coming anywhere close to rescue the Entomologist in case Ling would have picked up. But as you can clearly see, he is concentrating on these ciphers. He knows that there's one cipher machine remaining, and therefore he's just putting pressure on all of them.
Yeah, he does know that Problems does not have the self-heal. That's the reason for the slugging here. You do force that forward to come in and actually waste time healing the entomologist, and because of that, now they're losing Cypher Rush progress. Beautiful flame snipe from Ling, gets it down on Schmitty as well. Problem still on the ground. He knows where KitKats is. As soon as his entomologist gets up, he knows where both survivors are because it has to be the forward that healed up the entomologist, which means he can actually cut them off from a distance. So now B4U in a very difficult position. KitKat's only about a quarter football remaining, and we're going to see Paulus try to prime the Cypher here, only 30% of the way done, and Link's trade almost back online.
Wow, that is such a good setup right here for Ling, really putting pressure on B4U. B4U concentrating on the Cypher machine. That is definitely going to be the main focus. We can see Cats circling around, and I think Cats actually concentrating on that Cypher machine and actually circling around and getting a potential rescue on the Seer or going to the gate.
That's interesting. Will we see Ling try to camp this out? It looks like maybe we do. Still a little bit of football left. Cypher machine almost primed. Yeah, and KitKats is going to retreat. There's no option to make. Oh, he hits the flame snipe as well. Is he going to chair? Is he going to teleport here? He's going to pick him up right before that Cypher machine is primed. He knows Problems potentially will pop it here, but Ling has teleport. As soon as he pops it, he's going to teleport to that exit gate and find the entomologist. And now this could be a 4-person elimination situation. Problems has to kite all the way till that forward runs out. That share time expires and make it to the dungeon in time against a full presence detention Axploit.
Wow, what an intense late game right here. Dodge that snipe though. Might wait for the forward to actually get sent back to the mana because the dungeon is nearby, and that is the only chance for Problems right here to secure 1 point for their team. But Ling, extremely strong X-Boy, securing the 5-point game in round number 1 in the first half for CH4. Fantastic job. And that is what I mentioned earlier when I was asking you what you think of game with all these leeches. As long as you're getting the chance to put all these leeches on the ground, you're having a great control over the entire map, and I'm curious to see how CH4 will deal with that kind of situation. All they have to do is they have to get one survivor out to take home this first round, and this is exactly what they are trying to do. And we can see Sprinter going immediately for the first leech right here on what I think is the Acrobat.
Yeah, that is the Acrobat. That is Grandma, though, the really strong kiter we see, has kited so well in the past. We are going to see them go for that trap. Is he able to use that bomb? No, immediate hit from Sprinter here. It is with the leech, though. Acrobat still has some bombs available, so there's not much option for Sprinter to get a second follow-up hit right away. We are going to see, wow, early bomb from the Acrobat. It's a little bit risky just because now the Dream Witch is simply going to use that Patroller. Maybe saving those bombs would have been a little bit more effective. You can actually use Acrobat bombs to cancel the Patroller bites if you time it properly. So we may see that come into play here. It looks like he was not able to do that, so a quick down from Sprinter. This is what B4U needs to see, and we also have the Acrobat dying near the middle cipher, which is not ideal because now you use those use those leeches to pressure down the other cipher machines, and because there's no forward, there's no option to slow down that slow down that cipher pressure progress.
Ooh, and we have the basement here as well. And I mean, B4U needs to pick up the pace, and they need to adjust to the first match that they had right here, where they got the 0 points and 5-point game for CH4. So they definitely want to tie this up. And so far, Sprinter really putting pressure on the survivors right here, not only with the leeches, also with the basement. Tries to hit the mercenary and gets him, but wasn't able to parashock there for Acrobat. Wow, Prospector, as I said, that's what I'm here for. Oh, but still, last effort kicks in. The Acrobat was hit again. We can see that the Prospector now leaving the area, but was definitely getting a lot of very good stunts right here. If the Prospector would have been able to get that leech away from the Acrobat, this would have been a way different story. Now we have the Acrobat down again. This could still be extremely good for CH4, but we just have to see.
Yeah, we do see him pressuring the Mercenary there. We have the Prospector picking up that leech remover, which he can now use to de-leech, de-leech the Mercenary, so there's no extra pressure here. Let's see if the Survivors will go for that. We have the Psychologist using the whistle to heal the Mercenary. Maybe a little bit premature if the leech does pressure, but it looks like they are able to get it off here. Prospector actually being the one going for the rescue. Sprinter only one. Wow, it's beautiful snipe from the Prospector. Sprinter does not have a second follower here. And we see the Prospector doing the work of the forward. In this case, if the forward were to be be there. They were able to stun on Cher and get that free rescue, but the Prospector instead using the magnets. And now we have no leeches. Wow, he's able to trap in the Prospector, misses the hit, though. Will he switch to Blink here? Does switch to Blink to get the down, but the Acrobat has broken away here. We are going to see the Acrobat's leech chase him down, maybe able to down him with a potential Blink as well. And the Prospector will be replacing this this Acrobat on the rocket chair.
Fantastic job right here, and we can see B4U CH4 trying to finish off Cypher machines as well, already down to 3. They have 2 Cypher machines at halfway, but that still means they need another one that is at completely 0 basically, so that's definitely a difficult task, and we can see all these leeches on the map. Prospector got rescued, Acrobat still going to be the survivor that Sprinter is focusing on, since he was on the chair already, I think, 3 times, right?
Yeah, this is going to send them back to the manor here. We do have the Prospector going for the stun, able to push them away, still Blink available. Will the Mercenary really trying to body block? Wow, Mercenary actually taking the leech hit. That was actually important because it was his leech, so the leech now gets removed. Sprinter's leech cooldown is on 15 seconds, so now it's going to be a little bit harder for them to potentially kite away here. Let's see if he's able to surprise the Prospector with this leech. Does he have the mag? Oh, he runs right into the leech. Oh, unfortunate misstep from Nato there. And now that's going to put him on Cher for the second time, so the pressure is back on CH4. This is going to be very strong for Sprinter. Nato really needed to try to buy some time there, but unfortunately did not know where that leech is coming from. And, you know, it really goes to show, even when Dream Witch getting nerfed, showing where that main body is, you still can't see the spawn follower, so it's really easy to get it snuck up on you, and that's exactly what happened in this case.
That is for sure. We can see that, now taking a hit as well. We can see that Sprinter is not giving them any breaks. We have the Prospector off the chair and is now the new target that he is going for, because Sprinter obviously knows one more time on the chair, and Nato is out of the game, and the more survivors are out of the game, the more difficult it gets to decode these Cypher machines. And talking about decoding Cypher machines, if we look in the bottom left, we can see that they are already trying to separate Cypher machines to decode more than the needed 5 Cypher machines, because it will be extremely difficult late game either way with the Dream Witch.
Yeah, we do see that leech hit connecting onto the Mercenary there. Survivors really need to de-leech and heal up. They need to slow this game down. It's really tough. The Psychologist needs to potentially do a good kite, but Blink is online in 5 seconds. Sprinter is going to commit to this Psychologist till Blink comes up and then try to Blink them for the down. Let's see, Blink is now online and doesn't even need it, unfortunately, for the Psychologist. Sprinter putting himself in another good position here. Still 2 Cyphers left. We have a lot of progress. One of them about 90%, the other one about 50%, but again, with the Mercenary being down that main rescuer, it's going to be very difficult to come back. Still no leeches in place. Sprinter is, in a bit of a situation where he's kind of bleeding leeches. He's bleeding that leech time where he really wants to, as a Dream Witch player, you never really want to waste, your leech cooldown, but he is now taking advantage here, going for that leech on the Prospector, which is actually a very strong leech because the Prospector is at half health and could potentially get him down here. But you do have to watch. Wow, another beautiful Blink from Sprinter, and that puts the Prospector on the ground.
That brings the Prospector down, and we can see that the Mercenary is already going in, trying to rescue, but we can also see that Sprinter is already preparing for that rescue with the leech right here, trying to hit, trying to maybe even Terror Shock, but Mercenary took the hit, is able to rescue the Psychologist, but we still have the Prospector down, who is healing up, might be able to heal up, but the Cypher machine progress needs to be pushed.
Our Psychologist go for the ball, waiting for that Blink, and we see that come into play here. Prospector was able to get up and try to pop the last Cypher, and it's just going to be really difficult. If you're Sprinter, you have to be careful. You don't know if Mercenary has self-heal available or not. Will Sprinter go for the leech here? If he's able to pop this Cypher, it could be tough for Sprinter, but because that last Cypher is also at 90%. But no, it looks like he's able to put that leech on the Prospector, force him off of the Cypher machine. Psychologist dead on Cher here, and now this is looking like a 4-person elimination. All you have to do is down this Prospector. Again, we'll have to see if Mercenary can get back up. It looks like he possibly is able to here, but it still may not matter. Again, it's going to be very difficult for the survivors to actually finish all of these Cyphers, considering there's still 2 left.
I think it depends on what is going to happen with Sprinter and the Prospector, because if the Prospector hits the chair, that chair will immediately go back to the manor. Prospector was already on the chair twice, and Mercenary, takes that hit Mercenary could have eventually gotten up again and tried to get to the dungeon, but now that he goes down again, his self-heal is over. He takes the terror shock right here, and we can see the leech is already going for the prospector. And yeah, as you already said, it's gonna be very, very difficult to get a single survivor out of there, especially since the dungeon is far away. If the mercenary was maybe near the dungeon, that could have been a different story. We can see Nato is trying to get into the direction of the dungeon, but it's Sprinter is having too much pressure with these leeches, and it's just a matter of time when Nato will take that hit with the leech.
Yeah, we do see Nato get that leech off, but a second one coming into play. And, you know, Prospector, no self-heal available. We'll see, yeah, unfortunately, again, right into that spawn follower. That is going to be that 4-person elimination. No self-heal available for the Mercenary. And maybe Prospector trying to wait this out, at least force out the rest of these chairs here. But yeah, it's going to be a 4-person elimination here. And we are tied at 5, which is quite interesting considering we've seen a lot of survivor-sided battles throughout this tournament so far, but wrong against, again, single hit hunters, even Sculptor for that matter, if you're able to force basic hits. But against Breaking Wheel, Psychologists can struggle. You know, you really want to be able to absorb 3 hits before going down, but when you go down to 1 with those 2 spikes, it can be very weak here. And spawns are also very important. We see the Breaking Wheel head towards, it looks like, Corner House, and who does he find here? Finds the Mechanic Doll, not able to pick up sight of them, and actually goes for the Mercenary, and still not able to find a survivor here. So CH4, good rotation. Rotating a Breaking Wheel is not easy. It looks like he is transitioning targets to the Psychologist. Oh, does vault into the Hunter, but unfortunately misses that spike here, and Psychologist may be able to last a little bit longer.
Ooh, very, very good job so far from the Psychologist, and Psychologist might actually be a really good find, but you also want to mention that, you know, you have the Mechanic on the field, you want to concentrate on that decoding survivor right here, but concentrating on the Psychologist right here, will land the first hit, but again, she can take 3 hits. She might go down immediately if he is able to land another hit immediately with Blink, which is going to happen right here, and Psychologist is down, but that also means if Psychologist is getting rescued off the chair, she will immediately self-heal herself and could potentially take another hit.
Yeah, so it really comes down to which characters have Tide Turner and which don't. So if you're looking at, for example, the Batter, does the Batter have Tide Turner? If you're able to say with that Tide Turner, you're going to have to kite out 20 seconds before the stress effect comes into play. But maybe Batter doesn't bring Tide Turner, but it looks like it is the Mercenary coming in for the rescue. Will Sprinter go for the Spiker? Will he get out? He is going to get out. We do see the Psychologist get rescued here. Let's go ahead and goes for the snap. Oh, is unable to get the pallet stun. I'm actually surprised Mercenary could have actually just thrown down that pallet and help the Psychologist out. But unfortunately, had to go away instead. Possibly a little bit of a misstep from them there, and now this puts CH4 on the back foot. If you're able to get that pallet down, there's a good chance Psychologist, without any spikes, is able to kite out that stress, or kite out that Tide Turner and have that stress come into play. But now it's not going to be the case here. We'll see if anyone comes in for harassment. Do we have a Batter nearby? We do not. So it looks like Mercenary positioning for a second rescue, this time without Tide Turner since it's already been expended, but that will actually benefit the Psychologist.
That is for sure. That will definitely make the effect take place, that she will heal herself. But we also have to mention that the Cypher Machine progress is actually not as fast as CH4 would wish, because we can see Sprinter is just having such a great map pressure, can just go away from the rocket chair, can basically cross the entire map, and as soon as we have the as soon as we have the Psychologist rescued, he can just go back. It's such a fast hunter, and that makes him extremely dangerous.
Yeah, we do have the Psychologist running into the corner, just trying to dive far away as you can from a Cypher Machine. Maybe Batter will come in. Oh, good. Missed hit there. Buys a little extra time. And yeah, we have Nato the Batter coming in for the harass. This is where Breaking Wheel can become can struggle. Psychologist has a little bit of stress left, so if Batter's able to somehow get this hit, allow him to... Oh, misses the ball, but he still has his rage ability. Is he able to go for a hit here, trying to get around to the chair? Nato goes for the hit and misses again. Two big misses there from the Batter. If you're able to get in one of those, there's a good chance Psychologist struggles free and has that stress response in effect, but now unable to do so. We are going to see the Breaking Wheel change targets to the Mechanic Doll, which is not a great find for Sprinter. Mechanic Doll will go down, but the Cypher Machine almost done here. Will he change targets here? Will he switch to Abnormal or possibly Peepers to potentially pressure down these Cypher Machines? Instead, holding the Blink as long as possible. Maybe going a little bit of extra aggressiveness here and possibly trying to find a good target, but The closest one is the batteries at full health and still has one of those batter balls to work with.
Definitely fantastic job from CH4 right here, splitting up on the Cypher machines and just really getting out of sight of Sprinter and buying more time for the rest of the team. We can see Grandma now trying to find a new item in the item box, just buying more time for the rest of the team. And Sprinter now found Nacho, found the better, already put one spike into him and utilizes the blink that he didn't switch out yet to bring down the better right away, but wants to put more pressure on the survivors, especially on the Cypher machines that are remaining. And here we can see he is finding Sesame, the mercenary, who will also have 2 spikes. No, only 1 spike. That is still able, this is still allowing to the mercenary to get away right here, but will eventually go down over time. Mercenary and better will be on the chair.
Yeah, we do see Mercenary slowly going down here. Mechanic, the only one left. Sprinter acknowledging that Mechanic with 2 people injured is going to have a very difficult time decoding. Will he opt to chair one of these survivors? Possibly chairing the Mercenary. Maybe going back for the batter. He knows the batter has expended that self-heal. So it is a character that he could potentially chase. Now, something to keep in mind is batter can actually cancel the full presence with the ball, but he opts not to use it. Oh, batter could have, canceled that full presence there if he timed that properly, but instead tried to make distance and it did not work out. And now it's even more, going to be more challenging here. Maybe a little bit of lag here, unfortunately, but yeah, it's going to be difficult for CH4 here again.
Each other that are not giving each other anything.
Back into our match here, we are going to have Sprinter going back into wheel form. They do have that middle Cypher machine about primed, so if you're able to pop one more after this, they could potentially go for a draw. Mercenary still has the self-heal available. Batter does not, so we're going to see this, Mechanic kind of hide out a little bit here. Peeper is going to reveal the location of the... Oh no, looks like Mercenary's gonna get up. Okay, so he was going for, I see what he's having. He's going for chair on Mercenary. He does know where the Mechanic is, but he knows he doesn't have to chase Mechanic simply because, the Mechanic isn't able to decode that effectively with a lot of survivors injured. He's gonna only get 2 spikes here. All you have to do now if you're Sprinter is get out of this wheel form, snap the Mercenary. Mercenary does not have self-heal, and just go for that Mechanic. Mechanic trying to heal batter up. Are they able to get up? Yeah. You see 64%. Oh, they're able to get it up in time as well, especially considering that Sprinter probably has impact, which means that survivors while injured decode slower. And he's actually going for the Mechanic and not the batter, which is quite interesting considering the batter will actually decode a little bit faster than the Mechanic in this instance.
Mechanic has 2 spikes, needs only 1 hit, but the thing is that 1 hit needs to happen first. Oh, that might be a tram hit right here. The tram strikes again. Mechanic goes down. Not only to Sprinter the Hunter, but also to the tram, the second Hunter on this map. Always kind of a spectacular moment when we see the tram helping out one or the other side, and Sprinter is now concentrating on that better. Again, Mercenary cannot get up again. As soon as he hits the better, he cannot get up again, and Mechanic potentially could get up again, but with Sprinter's fast moving speed right here, better goes down with the spikes. With that fast moving speed off the breaking wheel, it might not be enough time for the Mechanic to actually get up one last time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And, Sprinter actually could have chaired the Mechanic there. He pretty much knew where the batter was, so it actually makes a little more sense to chair Mechanic first, then go for batter, since Mercenary can't self-heal. And as long as you know where the batter is, no one can actually make a rescue. But it ends up working out in the long run simply because, he was able to find the batter and get him down quick enough before the Mechanic was able to get up.
Start into round number 3. As if you're just getting the tie, you're basically giving that point for round number 2 to B4U, which might be a little bit more difficult to come back from in round number 3. But we are jumping right into the match. We can already see Ling going for the hunt, sees 2 survivors, which means 2 survivors can't decode at the very beginning of the game. Fantastic job. And Ling concentrating on Milek, which is the psychologist right here.
A beautiful web setup from Ling. Very, very fast hit right out the gate. That is a very quick start for him. We are going to see a portal setup here, which is going to make a little bit more distance here. For this psychologist. They're now able to potentially go through the corner house, but it's a Soul Weaver. These looping areas are so weak against her because she can easily drop a bunch of webs and cut off that looping sort of strategy. So We're going to see Ling drop down here. Does probably still have Blink available, I would imagine. But, you know, finding this character this early is just so strong. And we're going to see Mylek go through all these pallets right away. And now Ling has 65 webs stacked up. This is why he was patient. Here we go. We're going to see him drop a whole bunch of webs here. Use this to catch up. Potentially go for a second hit. And there it is. Now has Blink available to potentially finish off this kill. And no stress left on the Psychologist, which means that even if she is rescued, she's not going to get any sort of heal effects.
Fantastic job from Ling right here. But there comes another portal, and this is really generating distance between the survivors and Ling right here. This might... Oh, look at these portals. Oh, and was able to get through the portal before Ling was able to hit them. Therefore, hit the portal again. Look at Mylek, just making distance with the help of the Priestess and therefore buying the rest of the team a lot of time. But you also have to mention there are 2 survivors not decoding right now. It is a really good start for B4U, but Ling can still catch up right here. We have the Psychologist trying to get away, and as you already said and as you already saw, Blink was already used, so it might be a little bit more difficult to catch up. But there we have Mylek going down right in front of that window.
Yeah, we do see Mylek take the Terror Shock, which typically you want to try to go down without getting Terror Shock, because now you feed presence to this Hunter, and look at the presence bar. What this does is now Soul Weaver is in a situation, if they go for a web shot, it'll put them to full presence, resetting the web shot cooldown immediately, which means they can go for a second one. Schmitty's gonna go for a stun on chair. Can Ling get the web shot? No, he's gonna go for the hit. Now he has the double web shot available, but he misses, and now there's no option to stuff that rescue, and that web shot was so huge. If you hit that, again, you go up to full presence. And Schmitty going for another stun, and another missed web shot here from Ling. Let's see what he's able to do. He needs to get this rescue before the halfway mark. Schmitty with a lot of time available, but the web shot almost back here. There's the save, and he is able to get it off. Goes for the web shot, does hit it this time, and there's the double one, missing the forward yet again. And these web shots unfortunately costing Ling here. Schmitty able to make the rescue before half as well, and Psychologist making a ton of distance with this time.
And with that distance, you also have to see the Cypher machine progress that is being made. We are down to 3 Cyphers, but 2 more will pop, and the 5th one is already being decoded at 37%. So Mylek really buying a lot of time and not taking that either, not taking the spiderwebs. And now Ling trying to figure out what to do. Should I go for the Psychologist that already bought so much time and that exhausted their skill, or should I try to focus on other survivors? Maybe easier to get survivors like the Patient right here. But again, 1 Cypher machine remaining. The Cypher rush is real. This is definitely putting a lot of pressure on CH4 right here, because as we already mentioned, they want to go for the 5-point game. But this seems very, very difficult right now for Ling with only 1 Cypher machine remaining, and there was not a single... No, there was only 1 survivor on the rocket chair. We have a very, very nice snipe right here of Schmitty, but is that enough to get all survivors on the chairs? We will see.
Yeah, now we did Roland unfortunately giving a free hit to the Soul Weaver. You do have 3 hooks still available, so I'm surprised he actually didn't opt to use one, to potentially create some distance there. You want to save some of those hooks for endgame, so you could potentially go for a dungeon type, but as soon as he takes that hit, it makes things a little bit more challenging. Ling really going out of his way here to try to look for survivors, but there are none in this area, giving a free rescue here. Wow, beautiful web shot though from Ling. Problem's unable to dodge that there. He's going to go ahead and take down that portal, so it's no longer an option to kite with later. And now will he change targets, or will he continue after this Priestess? We'll have to see.
Is going for the Priestess, but there is another portal just ready. The Priestess has another portal and buys more time for the team. You can see that they are separating Cypher machines as well. They are working on all Cypher machines, so the late game won't be a problem because they can work on whichever Cypher machine is available for them. We can see the Priestess is going down, but you can also see how B4U is really taking turns on these chairs. And the more survivors are getting on the chairs, at least taking turns, the better the chances for them to decode more, because that is just buying more time.
Oh, Link's gonna actually go to the Cypher here. This is so risky because it is prime, so now you just give them a free pop and all survivors will be up. Link's best, sort of comebacks condition there was to, not go to the Cypher, actually camp the chair, stack webs, and not hit the last survivor down until your webs have stacked up. Essentially just follow them around. They cannot pop the Cypher, because if they do, then they're just gonna immediately get hit with detention. And he's going for Schmitty, but he's used all his webs to catch up and no longer has them to chase. So a first escape here isn't really an option, considering that Ling has Blink. But you know, he's probably just gonna go ahead and use it. Yeah, secures the down. There's the 1 kill. But B4U should be able to get 3 survivors out here, and that means they will be securing the win here in round number 2.
Wow, fantastic job right here. B4U really coming back with the 5-point game with the breaking wheel, and now on the survivor side being able to sprint. And I am assuming that this is going to happen, that this is what we are going to see, that as soon as Sprinter has the first survivor on the chair, he really focuses on that while putting pressure on the rest of the survivors with the mirror and just getting at least 2 out of the game. Obviously trying to get more, but that is the main goal right here. We already have the first hit with the mirror on the Psychologist. Psychologist will recover from that, but if she's taking another hit, she cannot take a third one.
Yeah. Psychologist, unfortunately for CH4, rotated right into the Hunter. Typically when you spawn over that God Kite, it means the key spawn is key spawn. It means that the Hunter spawns over near the first stop platform. But unfortunately, Psychologist was unable to, I guess, to know that spawn there, and it does work in his Sprinter's favor. So they're able to get that first hit. 2 hits already. Will they go for a mirror? Nope, not yet. You got to be patient here. They're gonna go for a mirror, trying to trap the Psychologist, waiting for them to go down. Goes for that hit, and that is the down on the Psychologist. No stress available as well, which means that yeah, 2 ciphers at 50% and another one that hasn't been started. This is already looking not so good for CH4.
That is true. Really good for Sprinter right here, especially since the Psychologist now is a really good target with out ability to heal up. But we can also see that he is putting a lot of focus on the Priestess portals, because we mentioned it, Priestess portals can really make or break that game, can really change it. And here we have the strategy that I was mentioning earlier. You can camp on that chair because you want to secure your first survival elimination, and meanwhile you're just utilizing your mirror to put even more pressure. Wow, fantastic body block from Grandma right here, trying to utilizing the fireball as well, blocking the skill of Sprinter, trying to give as much time as possible to the Psychologist to get out of the...
Yeah, and it really goes to show the power of Bloody Queen Blade to get that first hit without a mirror. That first hit on the Psychologist with no mirror allowed Spencer to immediately go for a mirror right after. We're going to see this mirror image on Okaju from the Psychologist. Can he get the hit? And is going to get the down here. Second time on the chair for the Psychologist here. No Cypher. You know, moved on here from the survivors. Sprinter only needs to get 2 survivors out of this game, and as a Bloody Queen, you know, this is already looking very strong here. Let's see who's going to actually go for a rescue. They may not go for a statement, maybe push for the end game, but end game against Bloody Queen is so hard. It's so hard to kite to that dungeon because that mirror image also is activated with the tension. Here comes the Prospector for the rescue. He's going to go for a quick tear shot. No, he's not. Prospector, beautiful hit from Sprinter through the Prospector. That's going to get the down. Goes for the mirror image as well. He's going to get the extra hit in the process, but the important thing was eliminating this Psychologist and now putting himself in a position where he needs to only kill 1 survivor with the tension in the end game.
Wow, a lot of pressure right here on CH4, especially with this additional hit on NATO right here, because now Sprinter is trying to snipe out NATO. And you mentioned it, you can't really do anything with your magnets against the mirror image, but here we go. Sprinter might take a short stun or a push away, depending on, yeah, a short stun right here. NATO will buy more time, will get more distance between himself and the Bloody Queen, but Sprinter being able to utilize that mirror yet again, bringing down the Prospector, and now we have CH4 in a very difficult spot, because not only do they have to rescue, because as they are not going to win, but they also don't have enough Cypher machines to confidently, you know, go into that rescue.
Yeah, still 1 Cypher about to pop here, but it's only 2 full Cypher machines. There's not really many options here. You are going to have to save this Prospector at one point, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be before half as well. If you're a Sprinter here, you're just kind of securing this draw. If you're in a situation where you're trying to go for more than a draw, trying to go for a win with this Bloody Queen, you're going to be more aggressive. You're going to be trying to get out front here, pressuring this rescuer first, and then trying to hit them and then mirror back to the chair. But again, in a situation where all you need is the Prospector to be sent back to the manor to secure the win, there's no need to play extra aggressive. You can simply just face camp this chair and wait for the rescue. We're going to see this mirror image come in here. Wow, beautiful bomb there, avoiding that first mirror hit. Is going to absorb that there, and Prospector will get rescued, but Blink still available. He may even just switch to Excitement here in case if he goes for Magnet. But we should just see Blink. There's the Blink, and there's the down. No one available to harass as soon as Prospector hits this chair. That is going to be it. And there it is, B4U securing the win with that kill. And excellent job from Sprinter. CH4 still gonna go ahead and play this out. Going through that world portal here, but all the Bloody Queen has to do is hit this survivor down and then switch places with this mirror image.
Fantastic job from Sprinter, and as we already said, you really want to concentrate on the tie, and now he has the chance to get more survivors, as well as oh yeah, if we look at the Cypher Machine progress, that's gonna be very, very difficult for these two survivors to actually not only pop off that one Cypher Machine that they are standing on right now, but also bring down a complete new Cypher Machine. So again, they are already in a very difficult situation, and Sprinter definitely has good chances of bringing them all down. But the tie already happened, so therefore Sprinter decided this match between B4U and CH4 for B4U, but obviously all of the players want to bring the best gameplay to the table, even with the points looking like the way they are looking right now.
Yeah, we did see that instance right there with the Acrobat. Oh, Acrobat up to stand. Oh, unfortunately, didn't go down the slide in time. I was going to say, we did see that instance where the Acrobat was able to use that charge bomb to avoid the mirror image hit. So beautiful job from Grandma there, but unfortunately not able to get down the slide in time. Gonna be sent to the rocket chair here again. This has already essentially concluded our finals, but we are gonna go ahead and see them go ahead and play out the rest of this match. Spencer trying to use a mirror to find the priestess. She should be able to maybe make it up the stairs, or no, it doesn't go up the stairs. Instead, gonna absorb the hit there, and we're gonna see this this play out here. Priestess trying to stay alive as long as possible. We go ahead and drop another pre-purchase, getting a little bit of extra vision on where this priestess is, and good patience from the priestess, not dropping down too early, but it's just a matter of time at this point.
That is for sure, and Priestess might go in for the rescue. Priestess could get the chance to actually go to the dungeon, but that's a long distance. You could utilize the slow vault was enabling Sprinter to actually hit the terror shock right here in this round 3 in the second half. But again, B4U, we have seen them getting out with survivors before, so that's definitely a challenge they have to face. I hope they are taking this serious, and even if everything is already decided, I hope we are getting an action-packed match right here.
Yeah, we do have immediate find an entomologist, which is Roland. Roland actually, for those of you who don't notice, that was a slight little misstep. He left his bees in the doorway, and that actually shows that the entomologist is nearby. So if he stayed on his bees and rode around the corner, there's a chance that maybe the Bonbon never even saw. Oh, he actually loses him here because of the trail. The entomologist does not leave a trail when on those bees, so the bees actually working in Roland's favor here. But oh, Roland actually rotates back into the Bonbon, so it looks like Bonbon still has a chase option available. Will he opt to teleport, or will he keep chasing? And I think he may teleport away, and does find the Seer, who is actually a pretty good find.
That is a pretty good find, because the Seer's Owl is not really effective against the bombs, and we can see right here that Ling already dealt a lot of damage. The Seer's Owl is coming in and is actually not taking the bomb hits right here. This might give him the chance to get into... No! Almost giving him the chance to get into the roller coaster, but Ling with the very precise bomb placement right here brought down problems, and now is not having an owl anymore. Fantastic job, and is now a really, really good target after getting rescued.
Yeah, very good comeback here from Ling. It was not looking good. The rotation was good for B4U, but then teleports on the Seer. You see why this comp struggles against Bonbon. I mean, that kill was under 20 seconds. That is really good for Ling here. That puts him in an excellent spot to come back. And yeah, again, such a good position. Schmidt going for a long stun here. Can he hit it? Wow, does hit the stun. He's going to take the bomb in the process. Can he get the save before half? That's the important thing. And it looks like he is able to do so. Problems, no owl still available here. Let's see if he's able to potentially rebound. Does get that pallet down. And wow, beautiful dodge from Problems here. Able to stay away from these bombs as much as possible. And dodge all of these. Timer bomb does hit for Link here. He needs to get one more bomb to get this down before Tiger comes out. If he wants to prevent any cyber progress from being lost.
Ooh! Very, very close right here for Problems, but was able to, Ling was able to bring down the Seer and is now on the chair. We can see... Oh, that bomb was actually not hitting the forward, but... Oh... What? Sorry, that was very, very fast, but we can see that the Seer is going down right here. Ling is concentrating on that first survival elimination. We now have the Ford, who is already halfway down the football, almost gone. would be a really good target for Ling if he is concentrating on him, and he's actually going for Schmitty right here. If you look at the Cypher machine progress, that is actually really good because we are almost down to 2 Cypher machines, and that is still giving B4U a good chance of getting at least more than one survivor out of the gate or to the dungeon.
Interesting decision from Schmitty to try to go for that rescue. You typically only want to go for rescue, you know, if you're able to potentially rebound kite. I think the game plan there was stun the bonbon. Maybe you make it to the roller coaster. With all those bombs available for the hunter to throw at you, there's really no chance. So I don't. It unfortunately didn't work in B4U's favor. Wow, beautiful bomb chain from Ling there to get Schmitty down. This is not looking good for B4U. He's gonna be able to chair him on the Psychologist Cypher, but is she able to pop in time? It's gonna be really close. Now here's the question for Ling, right? Do you go for the teleport on the Entomologist? I think you probably do. She's gonna... Oh, Ling does acknowledge Entomologist is there. He's gonna teleport, and he's gonna be able to chase after the full presence. Beautiful bomb dodges here from Roland. Let's see if he's able to keep this going. And this is why you see Entomologist struggles against the bonbon. The bees already chipped because of that bomb. And he's able to dodge quite a bit of these here, though. This is very strong for B4U.
That is for sure. Is able to dodge them, but you also have to acknowledge how Ling was able to place these bombs, not giving the Entomologist any way to escape from the hits. Now we can see the survivors are rescued off the chair again. They already healed up. We have the Entomologist who is almost going down, and only one Cypher machine is remaining, and that is almost primed. So will Roland be able to keep up the kite with the bees? I'm very, very excited to see that because it could be difficult against the bombs right here of Ling. Very nice placement, and that might bring him down before the Cypher pop happens.
Wow, beautiful bomb chain there from Ling. Now they do force a rescue. So Schmitty's going to come in, does not have any football, not enough to stun. So Ling's best bet is to try to potentially stuff this rescue, force them to pop the Cypher while he's in attack recovery, which will slow down their time from escaping. And then he's going to have his teleport back in time for the end game. It's only 25 seconds left. Does he see that first chip? Goes to turn. Wow, beautiful jump from Ling. Does get that hit. There's the Cypher pop. Now he needs to quickly down one of these survivors. Roland's are going to die to this hit. There it is. Now you need to quickly down this Entomologist and potentially teleport to the X gate. There's one bomb chain. If you hit the second follow-up right here, that's going to be very good here. Trapping him at this pallet. There's the down. Does he teleport immediately, or is he going to go for the chair?
Going for the chair right here, bringing the Entomologist on that rocket chair. Probably going to actually teleport right away, but that gate should be open just now. Ling not taking the chances right here, turning around and immediately trying to get a hit on Schmitty before he's able to rescue, but the rescue happens. We have 3 survivors up and running, fighting for the exit gate right here. Will Ling be able to bring down the Entomologist, or will the Entomologist be able? No. That bomb connection. Now we still have the chance of more survivors by leaving Roland on the ground right here, but that might be extremely difficult. Ford might be the only chance because he's almost, not going to happen. They were too close to the gate. We have 2 survivors escaping. We can see Roland trying to make his way to the dungeon, but that will be a 2 survivor escape, a tie match for both sides. Fantastic job in this